You being our chaplain of the committee, would you lead us in a word of prayer?
Let's pray. Dear Father, once again, you have blessed us another day with a beautiful day. Dear Lord, thank you for all the many blessings you gave us. Dear Lord, just ask you to give us the wisdom and knowledge to make the right decision for the great people, the great state of Georgia. And dear Lord, forgive us of our sins in your name's sake. Amen.
Amen. All right, we're going to open up in our regular committee and go to the rules consideration calendar, which is your yellow sheet. And then from there, we will be going into standing committee for one bill. So y'all don't run out on me when we get done. All right, first up, HB 181, Representative Townsend. This is the Kratom bill. You're good. All right, next up, Representative Gamble, 279. Are you with us? There you are. Come on. 279. We've heard this one. Be brief.
Thank you, Chairman. It's just fortified construction. This is a bill that we've worked on for a couple of years now, working with Senator Robertson. It doesn't mandate that you have to build to it. It doesn't mandate they have to offer a specific discount. It leaves it up to the insurers on commercial and residential property.
All right, and that's all you got, isn't it?
That's it. Thank you.
Representative Franklin, you with us? There you are. Come on.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You've heard this bill, but this is 285, and it's just to allow the employment retirement systems to be able to invest in alternative investments, moving it from 5% to 10%.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Representative Gunner, are you still here? I think he left. That's just increasing the term for municipal court judges from 1 year to 2 years. Representative Thomas, you with us? What is that one? Regulatory fees used to pay for regulatory. Anybody want to cover that? Came out of here. How'd that happen? Who let that out? All right, we covered it. Proceeds of local government regulatory fees be used to pay for regulatory activity and not general operations. All right, 617. Chairman Jaspers.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, committee. 617 is a result of a lot of work by those of us who work in the transportation, funding, and policy area. It codifies the spending on freight logistics. It directs the planning director to do further planning, gives some dates for drop dead times so we need to know things on spending our precious dollars on freight logistics.
All right, thank you.
I have a few others if you let me talk about them too.
Are they on the sheet?
No, sir.
For sake of time, we're gonna forego that today.
All right. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, though. Representative Chokus, are you with us? All right. That came out of finance. Senator Huffsteller. Okay. All right. Representative New, you're here. That's your change in the name in a divorce.
Yes.
That covers it. You good?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Representative Anderson. Come on.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. House Bill 912, it puts multi-purpose off-highway vehicles under the category of exempt from personal property ad valorem tax.
I got a question.
Representative Anderson, as we discussed in transportation, you didn't have a problem with me adding an amendment that would require, if they're on the highway, children under 18 would have to wear a seatbelt. They're driving those vehicles. I think you would agree to that amendment that I want to add as a floor amendment.
Okay, I would have yield to the wisdom of the Senate on that. I have no problem with that at this point. Yes.
Careful. I'll just say proceed with caution. Just kidding. Oh, yeah, welcome back. Glad to have you back.
It was such a long departure.
It was. All right, you're good. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I did have one other. If
Is it on the sheet?
It's not on the sheet. No.
All right, be gone.
Okay,
Thank you. Representative Vance, come on up. I love you, though. We gotta hurry. We got committees, and we're running late.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. This is House Bill 935. It's the Back the Blue bill.
It's adds $5 voluntary. When you purchase a tag, you can voluntarily contribute $5 to the Back to Blue Fund. And those revenues will be distributed by the Department of Revenue, and we'll move forward with that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Chairman Lumsden.
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, bring to you House Bill 984. It's the top of page 2. This is the Department of Insurance bill. It addresses 4 issues that are important to the department. Sections 1 and 2 set the framework for off-duty use of department vehicles by post-certified officers of the Department of Insurance. Third section deletes a subsection of state law that brings us into compliance with an AIC model law dealing with small cap life insurance. And Section 4 provides for electronic delivery of health plan documents and other notices as a default, providing certain conditions are met and the insured does not opt out.
All right, thank you. Anything else?
That's it.
Isn't it? All right, Representative McDonald. There you are.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is House Bill 1015. It's the a tax acceleration for state individual income tax. Basically, it's taking the percentage that we voted on in 2022 that we implemented in 2024 down from 5.75 to 5.49. This bill does a 10 more basis points, which is worth about $300 million for to accelerate it on down to that 5.39. This bill was vetted really well in Senate Finance.
All right, I don't think there's any questions.
All right.
Was there? Oh, I do have a question. It's the rules, hold on. Let me recognize the committee chaplain.
Number 9.
I got you.
Representative, does this exempt undertakers?
No, sir. We pay more.
Oh, okay.
All right, thank you. Where are we at? Representative Ridley, 1018, you with us? There you are.
This is House Bill 1018. It's got to do with merchant category codes for gun stores, and all the bill does is say that you got to keep them as a sporting goods store or general merchandise, which has always been, and it cannot be the 5723 number that they came up with before.
You look really smart with glasses on.
Thank you.
Yeah. You ever been told that?
No,
Go figure. It is a big change.
good looking, but
Big
not
change.
smart.
Yeah, well, debatable. All right, no more questions. All right, Representative Williamson, are you with us?
Yes, sir.
There you, oh, sorry, right in front of
Thank you,
me.
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. I bring for you House Bill 1023. Quite simply, this is a follow-up to House Bill 1015 that the governor's floor leader just mentioned. In 2022, we passed the flat tax, House Bill 1437. At that time, it technically delinked our business income tax from the personal income tax. This bill will keep them linked as they've always been. So the business tax rate will be the same as the personal income tax rate. Be happy to answer any questions.
Got none, thank you. You did just a great job. You got another one, 1083?
Yes, sir. So 1083 just extended as the implementation date. We passed a licensing category for adult residential mental health care treatment centers. The Department of Community Health has asked for an extension on the time frame for them to implement the rules and regs on there. There's been a lot of interest from other healthcare providers coming in and feeling that taking licenses under that category, and all parties are in agreement.
All right.
Thank you.
And another one? No, that's it, never mind. That's it, right?
Thank you.
All right, 1114, Representative Wade, there you are. Data analysis for tort reform.
Thank you, Chairman. Committee members, this is Governor Kemp's bill for data analysis for the Insurance Department for tort reform. We presented it last week, and it passed for favorable consideration. This is going to empower the Insurance Department to not only collect data, which they can do now, but do so in a private format to protect the insurance companies' practices and their information, as well as to aggregate that data and report back to us, both the Senate and the House, to guide us in future legislation.
Okay. No questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, 1122, Hilton, are you with us? I'll cover that. It's basically a charter school bill. Any questions? 1149, Representative Maynor, she presented last week. That's your, came out of SLOGO. You want to cover that there, Chairman Gann?
1149.
Require local constitutional officers to annually report audits of discretionary funds to
Yeah,
the
that's,
General Assembly.
Mr. Maynard brought that, and that bill basically says that if a sheriff has a sale or some constitutional officer is collecting other money, like here in Fulton County, or have the tax commissioner collecting money, that has to be reported to the local government, to the governing authority, as part of their audit.
Okay, thank you. And 1165, Chairman Albers, you're carrying that on the Criminal Justice Coordination Council.
Correct, Mr. Chairman, that's just simply making a change on the chairperson to the Commissioner of DBHDD.
Okay. All right, Representative Gaines, are you with us today? We got vacating of sentences of victims of trafficking. Anybody know anything about that one? Okay, moving on. Chair Representative Kelly, he's got authorized landlords to use certain off-duty sheriffs, constables, or marshals to execute writs of possession. Any questions? All right, Representative Cannon, come on up, 1237.
Mr. Chairman, I went last week. If you want me to go again, I can, but
Just go brief.
just the Department of Ag bill just changes the way we quantify citrus and weight from acreage to tonnage. Simple bill.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, patiently waiting, Representative Collins.
Good things come to those who wait, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
1239 I presented last week. It just allows Japanese mini trucks to be on county and city streets. Also, that bill has a portion, the back half, that the DOR wanted to be able to suspend the issuance of temporary operating permits. New and used car dealers are having some issues with bad actors issuing some of these temporary operating permits, and it allows them to suspend some of those bad actors. That's all.
Okay, great, thank you. All right, 1240, I told Representative Reeves he didn't need to come. Senator Kennedy, you want to, it's just the uniform CCC? CC?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. It's just the modernizing of the UCC has been worked on by the State Bar and others.
All right. Questions? Seeing none. Representative Stoner. There you are. Come on up.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. House Bill 1241, the second one down on the last page. The reason I'm here on this local bill is due to the unfortunate situation with Senator Tate not being here this session, and we had to move the bill as a general bill due to the fact that we only have one senator who can sign. That's Senator Estevez. And so that's why I'm here today, as we've gone through this process through SLOGO to move the bill to rules and eventually to the floor.
And then we got the same situation on 1330.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we do. This one has to do with the Mapleton Development Authority Act, and we're doing the same situation there because Senator Tate is also a senator for the city of Mapleton and the city of Smyrna.
And then 1337, which Representative Cummings, if you want to come on up and cover that. Same situation.
Thank you, Chairman. Yes, it's the exact same situation. This is just an excise tax, which will allow the city to collect hotel taxes. That's all.
Okay. All right. Any questions? Thank y'all. All right, Representative Stevens. Schedule 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. House Bill 1326 is the annual Drugs and Narcotic Agency's Drug Update Bill.
Okay. All right. No questions. Thank you. Good job. All right. And then Representative Martin, his Georgia Tax Court Act of 2025. Does anybody know? I forgot what that does. Anyone? On Judy? Anyone on Judy? No? Okay. You got it, Senator Jones?
If I remember correctly, Mr. Chairman, basically allows persons to go through the Georgia tax court instead of going, I think, through Superior Court. When they do their appeal, they can appeal it from the tax court to the Court of Appeals instead of having to go to Superior Court to do their appeal on tax matters.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, Representative Dempsey, HB 1344. Thought I saw you back there.
Thank you. Yes, y'all, I spoke to y'all about this last week, but it mirrors Senate Bill 336 that Senator Kirkpatrick carried, and y'all voted on as well in committee process. So it's a department bill, too. Very important. Senator Kirkpatrick would be carrying it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Questions? Seeing none. All right, and then we've got Representative Martin's Georgia Tax Tribunal. Senator Jones, can you cover that one as well?
Mr. Chair.
HR 598. Oh, it's the CA for the.
Oh, okay, it's just the CA.
It's the CA for that, what number was it? 1267.
Okay.
Constitutional amendment. Okay. Let's pick a few. We're gonna have a slight variation on today's pick a bill. I would highly encourage you to pick a department bill, because we got to get those out, or a bill dealing with tax. If you don't get a ding, 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 you get a gong, and your pick will be void. We have got to get the department bills out of this committee so we can open it up. And I know nobody likes to pick department bills because you know they're going to get picked. So if y'all want, I'll pick them for us, or
Here.
we can play the game. All right, we're foregoing. All right. We're going to look at HB 808. Not a tax, that is a tax bill. HB 935. HB 984. HB 1015, HB 1023, HB 1114. All right, now back up, and we'll go in order again. HB 285, HB 456, HB 1083, HB 1122, HB 1237, HB 1267, HR 598 that accompanies that one, and then HB 1344, 44. And then
This one is from,
is that how do we know that's your department?
because I got a text today about those two, 1165 and 1201.
All right. HB 1201. What'd you say, Senator Watson?
1326, that's the annual.
Oh, yeah. And then 1326. All right, we got a lot of bills. But that'll clear us out. All right, in review, HB 285, HB 456, HB 808, HB 935, HB 984, HB 1015, HB 1023, HB 1083, HB 1114, HB 1122, HB 1201, HB 1237, HB 1267, HB 1326, HB 1344, and HR 598. What are you looking at me for? Huh?
Is this a record number of department bills?
Well, during the discussion part of this motion, we'll discuss that. because I got some real questions. All right, I got a motion from the majority whip. I got a second from the caucus chair. Any further discussion? As a matter of fact, I do. So how do departments operate for 150 years without these bills? That is my question. Now, on annual updates, getting it updated with federal code, I can understand. But on some of the other things, I'm a little in question.
Based on some of the calls from our constituents.
Hold on, let's get you on the mic.
Yes, sir. Based on calls from some of our constituents, not too well.
Yeah, I got you. I won't go there, but anyway. So, sure. A little bit. Just curious who's driving the train around here. So, all right, we got a motion and a second. We've had our discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Motion passes unanimous. All right. On to the floor with those. Now, for House members, if your bill is not on the yellow sheet, we're, like I said, we got the department bills, most of them out, and that now frees me up to start making the yellow sheet a little more robust. So thank you for being patient. It's nothing against you or your bill. At least that applies to most of you. And we will continue forward. All right, thank you. That meeting is adjourned, and we're moving into standing committee. Boom, we're in. All right, on your agenda, we have HB 206, Representative Saines. Would you like to discuss your bill? And then we've got some changes. Yeah, and just so everybody's kind of clear on what happened. When the bill got recommitted this morning, it went back to your original version. So any changes that were made in SLOGO, in Senate SLOGO, those were thrown out. And so we're back in your bill, your original bill, but we do have a substitute coming from my vice chairman.
That's been handed out.
And that is in your folders. And in that, he has the changes that they made in SLOGO put back into that, as well as one more addition, which we can discuss at the appropriate time. So, Representative Saines, the underlying bill is all yours.
Well, I can tell you what I will not be saying is the word small or simple when it comes to this legislation, but it is a crucial piece of legislation, specifically for districts like mine that have revitalization opportunities that we want to have pathways for complete private funds. I won't go into the specifics of the improvements made in the Senate because I'm sure the chair will, but in general, we took the commercial, what CPACE stands for, Commercial Property Assessed Conservation, Energy, and Resiliency Financing. We have created a pathway in Georgia. This product is already available in the state of Georgia. It's just available in a mechanism that's only useful within the city and area of Metro Atlanta. So the rest of Georgia is unable to utilize this private capital tool to revitalize projects to the benefit of their community. So what this bill does is create a pathway for what the substitute will do is create it in their economic development authorities to allow for this financing that is a complete private capital provider. I won't go into the Senate substitute, but in general, what we did in the Senate committee was take away the concept of creating a new authority model and simply put it within the title and code section that's applied to economic development authorities. Only an economic development authority approved by its local government to do this specific project per project would be allowed to do this. And then furthermore, after the substitutes introduced, we have there's further language to clarify that no public funds, no other public funds that aren't related to the assessed property improvements can be utilized in repayment, and no full faith and credit of any government can be utilized to repay the CPACE loan. It's purely a capital provider, non-taxpayer funds being utilized in this product that around 32 other states have. 34, thank you.
Okay, and Chairman Ginn, would you like to cover specifically maybe where some of these changes are in LC 5008887 ERS.
And this is where, you know, we get a bill from the House, it came over, it would have created a new development authority for every city and county in the state. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that. So for me, enjoyed working with Representative Zanes and others. Basically, we went back to the existing development authority, so we're not creating any more government. One of the things and I want to thank Chairman Dolezal for his efforts, because we wanted to specify that there is no public funds that are going into this other than the assessment that's going on. And basically what we're doing is we're allowing for somebody to come in and redevelop, let's use a hotel. I'm sitting beside Senator Kinney, and Hotel 45 and made use of this. That was very cumbersome the way they had to go through and the hoops they had to jump. But they were able to go in and do energy efficiency, weatherization, new lighting, heating and air, water conservation, those kind of things that everybody can feel good about. To make renovations in there, it's done with a property assessment, which is basically a tax bill. So the lender that's loaning the money knows they're going to get paid back. The money's going to be channeled through the development authority to the project. The money's going to come back that same way. The tax assessor and tax commissioner would collect that payment. And this is where, for me, it's really one that everybody should feel good about, because you're saving energy, you're saving water, and it's lowering the interest rate for those people that are doing the project. At the same time, it's a project that they're putting more money in your community. So you're going to see the tax base in your community go up.
All right, do we have any questions from anyone in the committee? Chairman Watson.
Just point of clarification, so the tax that the tax commissioner is collecting, is that coming through the hotel motel tax? Is that what that is?
It's actually done it's on the tax bill, that would be done. So they would calculate their loan, what their loan payment would be, and that's put on their tax bill. It is actually a tax lien that's going in there. So the reason the bank feels a lot better about lowering the interest rate is because they know they're going to get paid. It's not like, if you went today, if me or you went to go borrow money, it might be 10%. With the tax-back loan, something that we know is going to be collected with property taxes, they would lower that down, that interest rate. And that's where the savings. And when you're talking about there in Savannah, you got a lot of older hotels that need upgrades to them. This would be a great project for where you might see this used in renovating older hotels, making them more energy efficient, improving the lighting, better weatherization, and energy conservation through water. We don't recognize, but we spend a lot of effort and resources in the Savannah area, especially with water, and how tight on that demand is.
All right, any other questions? Did anyone from the public want to speak for or against this bill? We didn't have the sign-up sheet was hidden, not purposefully. All right, I don't see any. All right, what's the will of the committee?
I move do pass.
All right, I got a motion do pass by substitute.
By substitute.
50.
0887 ERS.
Okay, do I have a second? I got a joyous second over here from several people. Who wants it? Senator Harbison, we'll give it to you. All right, any further discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. 1, 2, 3. Raise them up high, please, so I can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Got 10? All right, 10 yes. All opposed, same sign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, motion passes 10-7. Got it. You need to know who voted no. Okay. All right, on the rules, from rules. Good job. All right, meeting adjourned.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.